so much for tuning in to us today. It is Nicole and Jeni, a mother and daughter production where we talk about nothing and everything all at the same time. We had a couple weeks off, and if you can tell in my voice, I'm just getting over something, and now my mom has it, so her voice, she's not feeling very great right now.
It's going to be a little cracky.
Yeah. And okay, so I went to Puerto Rico with Victor and then Arrow for a week, and I can talk about that for a little bit. But when I got home, I got my throat started to hurt, and I didn't know what it was from or anything, but now my mom has it, so I'm guessing it's something contagious. So we stayed home from a birthday party today. But okay, back to Puerto Rico a little bit. So we went to Jayuya, which is a small... Okay, there's 14,000 people there, though. The population where we live here is 800, so it's a lot bigger than here, but I mean, I didn't see that many people. So it's Jayuya in Puerto Rico. That's where Victor's family's from. Me, Arrow, and Victor, we went down there. It was a very long travel day, just because there was no direct flights, but we did fly out of Flint, which is a smaller airport near us, and so that made our drive like only an hour and a half versus 2.5 hours, so that was nice. And the airport's so small that you really don't have to avoid it, like people. There's not a ton of people there. But we got on our flight around 2 in the afternoon, and then that flight was only an hour and a half, and then we had like a 3.5 hour flight after that. And Arrow slept through the first flight, which was an hour and a half, and then after, he was really, really wild and playing peekaboo with the people behind us. He made so many friends on the plane. It was so, so cute. But they would they would just entertain him, and Victor's like, oh my gosh, if they smile at him, I'm going to be so mad because he's about to fall asleep. And then once he gets like any engagement from anybody, he's like, I'm wide awake. So he didn't sleep the entire time. But it was, and then people were giving him gifts. Like one woman brought him a bracelet, and a lot of people were coming up to me because Victor took him to the back of the plane because it's a long flight, and just like was kind of holding him for a little while. And then a woman came up to me, and at first I thought she was just like the stewardess there, but then she's like, is that your baby? Oh my God, I'm in love with your baby. And a lot of people mistook him for a girl again, even when he's wearing blue. Not that it matters like what color he's wearing or anything, but one woman did say, well, he's in white, so I can't tell. So then I was like, oh, okay, so we'll try blue. And then people still ask me. So no matter what, I'm just like, yeah, he is really pretty. But, that happened a ton down there. And so we got down there, and I'll tell you like how crazy the first day was. So it was like, we landed around 10 p.m., maybe 11 p.m. I don't know. And my mom's like obviously keeping tabs on me throughout the whole travel trip.
Yeah, so I'm going to say you guys landed more like around 9-ish.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, maybe it was 9. Okay, so we land, we rent our car, we go get the car, and we barely fit all of our luggage in to the car with us 3 and with Arrow's car seat. And so we get in, we get started, and it's like supposed to be 2 hours or something to where we're going. And we get a call from Victor's sister, and she's like, hey, don't take the main way, take a different way. And Victor's like, oh, okay, so don't take the way that's showing up in your GPS, like take this other way. So he says, okay. So he clicks on it, and at this point we're cruising, we're feeling good. It'll look down, it says an hour and 10 minutes. I'm like, awesome. Arrow's sleeping in the back seat. This is great. Victor told me to get a hold of his mom, tell her to like if she could make some of his favorite food cause he's hungry. And there was really no places open at this time where we were. We're driving down, and we're taking a different route. So at this point, we only have an hour left, and we're cruising along, and I'm getting comfortable. Well, then Arrow started crying. So I had to get in the back seat with him and kind of just, entertain him a little bit. And so I'm back there, and all of a sudden the roads get really, really curvy. And this is something that Victor has warned me about for, I'd say since I met him, about how crazy the roads are in getting to Jayuya in Puerto Rico. So I'm envisioning this like for years in my head, what it looks like. And man, I can tell you that this is not what I envisioned. It was much curvier, crazier, skinnier, You basically feel like you're just like in a dark jungle. You hear all these animal noises it's very late at night and there is just fog covering the whole, like we can't see like right in front of us at all. I'm scared. I can tell Victor's not super comfortable with it because I just know my husband and he had never driven in the nighttime there like that. And of course this is his first time he's taking me and Arrow. He wants it to be perfect. So we start taking this route and we're going and I'm starting to get car sick, but I knew in my head, I had looked at the GPS and it said only an hour and 10 minutes and it's been at least 40 minutes. So I'm like, okay, we gotta be, it's gotta be kind of close. I wait another, 15 minutes before asking how far because I'm really holding down my vomit at this point. And so I'm closing my eyes in the back seat. And I know you're not supposed to close your eyes, but I'm like, this is the only thing that's making me feel okay is I'm just going to keep them closed. So I had them closed. And Arrow's doing okay at this point. And I go to Victor because he's driving this like it's like a race golf car, like a race car, like just zoom, 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 stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. And I'm getting a little pissed in the back seat. And then I go, how much longer? My eyes are still closed. He goes, oh, it says 39 minutes. And I opened my eyes and I just projectile vomited everywhere. It was horrible. So I'm just like, because right there, knowing I had 39 more minutes of like back and forth, I couldn't take it anymore. So I get out of the car. I'm like, pull over after I puked twice. Puked up all this food. And then I got on the side of the road, hands and knees, like, when tears are coming down your face and I'm just like, puking, and I can't catch my breath. And we have no water, nothing for me to be able to wipe my mouth with. My whole clothes are vomit. Arrow's like vomit because we're very close in the back seat. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like okay. So that's just the beginning of it. We get back in the car. I'm like, okay, 39 minutes. I can do this. So we start going. And we're following the GPS and Victor's just kind of like missing turns because it is really dark and it's hard to see and GPS isn't giving him like good updates. So a lot of time he's having
because you get bad service, right?
Bad service too. He's stopping, he's turning around. I mean, these roads are like not really what you'd call a road. You don't know if it's a road, if it's driveway, if it's...
I know it's something weird because I at home have find a friend and was watching because I just wanted them. Wasn't going to go to sleep. I was tired as can be, but I was staying awake until I knew they arrived safely. So I was looking on my find a friend it just looks like it does not look, and there's no roads or anything on these pictures. It just looks like a
forest
in the middle of nowhere. Yeah.
And so we're going and then we get to this road okay, first to get to this road, we're going, it looks like something in where I would see be like enter at your own risk type road where it's not like even flat. And it looks like it had a huge rainstorm and everything just kind of like got shoved to the sides of the road. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like this huge dirt pile that just got poured on, and that you're going to maybe go down it for like fun with a four-wheeler. So we start to go and we don't have like a big car or anything. And then all of a sudden I see, and it goes like straight up, like I swear almost 90 degrees. And Victor starts to go up it. And I'm like, I go psycho. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, stop. So he like puts on the brakes and I can't believe like, it feels like we're like going to skid backwards. I hurried up and got out with Arrow and I'm on the side of the road and he kept like going up a little bit and then realized he goes, oh my God, he got a little scared. And then so he tried to get down. So he pulls back down by me as I'm on the side of the road pacing. I'm so afraid that something's going to jump out of the jungle and get me an Arrow.
And that's when you were talking to me on the phone, right?
Well, first I called Victor's sister and I was like, Ashley, where the heck do you have us going? Like, I was so mad because I was so sick already. And just like, where are we going? This is not safe for Arrow. I was like, someone needs to come get us right now. Like, this would have been a great TV show. I was like, come get us. Where Victor, and then at this point, our car was stuck.
That's what you said when you called me.
So it was stuck. He was stuck on this hill and he couldn't get it down. And so he had to do some maneuvers. He got out of the car. He did something with the tires to try to make him go. Anyways, he got unstuck, and I walked all the way down like that 90-degree hill and said, meet me at the bottom. With Arrow. You can pick me up there.
That's kind of scary, though, because what if the car would have slid back while you were going?
It was turned. It made sure, Mom, of course, I was in front of the car the whole time. And then I was afraid of bug bites and stuff. You know, I don't freaking know. So then he imitates me into his family, though, because he makes fun of this story, like, all the time now. And as he shows me like all huffing and puffing, he shows himself walking as I'm bouncing, going really slow downhill, yelling at him. But I'm like, yes, like this is not okay. This is our first night. Arrow did not. He was so good. So his dad finally comes and gets us. We're 40 minutes away. He had to wake his dad up. I was like, they're coming. There's no choice. Like they have to come. Victor's like, can I try this one other way? I said, no, sit here. I'm too car sick. And he's like, yeah, you're right. He goes, I'm so sorry. And so then his dad comes, we follow him, and we had to stop because I puked again everywhere. It comes so fast. I can't even tell him to pull over. Puked all over the car again. Didn't know I had anything left in me. Dry heaving on the side of the road. And I said, I don't know if I can go on. Because that's how terrible I felt. If you've ever been like motion sick, it's horrible. And it went on for like 2 hours of just back and forth. So I said, get out of the driver's seat. I'm driving. And so then once I drove, I felt fine. But here I am driving on these skinny, windy roads, passing like cars. It was very scary. And so finally we get there. I'm covered in vomit. It's 1 or 2 in the morning. I don't know what time it is. And Arrow's wide awake, but then I go shower for like 2 minutes, and then me and Arrow have to go to bed. But that was not how the whole trip was. That was just like something that I can laugh at now, but it was very scary in the moment, and just kind of like, wow, what did I get myself into because of the driving? And I made sure we did not have to drive those curves anymore unless completely necessary.
And I was so stressed out when she called because I couldn't even. She's like, me and her were standing on the side of the road in the jungle, and Victor's trying to get down. And then, after I got off the phone, I'm like, well, keep in touch. Just be careful. Don't, she's like, we called them to come get us. And so I was still watching, and I noticed, so you guys must have had to, they couldn't. I don't think your ping would go through to where you were. So you guys backtracked like a ways.
Oh, we did. Yeah. Okay. So what's crazy is on that crazy hill, we had service. The second we got to the bottom, no service. And I was like, I feel like I'm in a scary movie and someone's going to come out and kill us, because we had to go like back. Yeah. We were only 20 minutes from them, and we went back 20 more minutes. So then and then they're like, you're going the wrong way. It's 40, you're 40 minutes away. It's like, well, we need to get somewhere where we have service and where Victor knows, can recognize, and they can tell us to pick us up. So anyways, then we got service again.
Well, yeah, because they said we can't get no pings. They keep saying they sent a ping and nothing's going through, but she said the service. So I was like keeping in touch with Gretchen during the time. And then she let me know when she finally got it. But I was sending her the pictures of what I was taking where they were at. And she's like, oh, that doesn't tell me anything, because it was literally, like I said, the middle of, I never even showed you. Have I ever showed you the pictures? I'll have to show you what I sent her. It was like, it did show like a name of one thing, but she's like, that I can't not tell where that is, because it was just in the middle of, there wasn't 2 intersections or anything that you could see.
Exactly. The roads there. So
it was just like a big snake in the middle of dark.
So what they do, and I asked Victor why they do this, is they don't want to like ruin any wildlife or mountains or anything. So they go literally around everything. So we went all the way up the mountains, and then we had to come all the way back down. When I drove for the last 20 minutes of the drive, I didn't push the gas once. And I told Victor's dad, I'm like, this is so weird. I just pushed the brake the entire time. That's how far downhill and for how long we were going through all the curves. Didn't have to, and there was no stop sign. So I literally did not push the gas once. It was so weird. And I said, Victor, like, why don't I have to push the gas? He's like, we're going way back down. I'm like, oh, so the elevation wasn't on my side either, probably when I was like vomiting. But I found out Arrow doesn't get car sick, because that is the time. I knew my mom. I tried to talk my parents into going with us, but they would have been so sick.
Well, Victor and his sister, when she was up here for the baptism and stayed, she told me all about the roads. And when she told me about them, like I asked, Nicole wasn't paying as much attention, but I literally asked so many questions. Like I knew how tiny they were because she said you have to beep your horn even so that two people, and there's a lot of spots where two people can't pass each other if there's something on the other side, and you have to like listen. And I was like, oh gosh. And she's like, no, imagine. And she told me, so I kind of knew when Nicole was describing it, it was exactly like what Ashley told me it was going to be.
So
like.
then when we left to go to another place, and after like 4 or 5 days, I drove out of there and I followed Victor's dad, which following someone is so much easier. And so I did that, and I felt totally fine because I drove. But I drove the roads more than Vic did at the end of all of it. So
you wouldn't travel at night again, not all the way up there?
Well, no, I just think that Victor would need to know. He knows where he's going now. So the only thing that I liked about it was like, I don't know if I would probably travel again. I just kind of liked the arrival.
Or if you traveled at night, maybe stay that night closer to wherever you landed,
done.
And then go in the morning.
The only reason we didn't is because I think, Vic thought about it after, but I was ready to go back to San Juan and just stay because that's how sick I was and didn't know if we would find their house. This episode is brought to you by Kitty Poo Club. Are you a proud cat person? You love your cat, but that doesn't mean you have to love having a litter box in your home. Kitty Poo Club takes care of the more unpleasant parts of cat ownership so you can get back to loving your furry friend. All right, I will say that I love Kitty Poo Club. I use it with my cat Twix, and it makes it so much easier to just get rid of the whole darn thing. After a month. So you literally, okay, let me explain this a little bit better. So it's super convenient. It's a monthly litter box. Every month, Kitty Poo Club delivers an affordable and recyclable litter box that's pre-filled with the litter of your choice. And they have extra large ones if you need that. And when the month is up, you just recycle the box and then they send you a new one. And you can customize your subscription at any time, and you could add some toys, treats, accessories, whatever you want. And right now, Kitty Poo Club is offering some awesome discount on your first litter box order and free shipping when you set up auto ship. Go to www.kittypooclub.com to save on your first auto ship order of litter boxes with free shipping, and be sure to let them know Coco Caliente sent you and check it out. That's kittypooclub.com. Anyway, so that was the first day, but the trip went really well. We had a lot of fun. It's always great to see Victor's grandma. She's so sweet. And I got to see both of his grandmas actually, and then got to hang out with his parents. I saw his sister and her kids for a day only. And then,
which was kind of sad because you said Arrow really liked playing with the kids, so he
loves kids.
So it would have been nice to keep them a little bit longer.
Totally. That it would have been really, really nice. I'm hoping that he can spend some time with them sometime soon somehow. But yeah, so I guess for Puerto Rico, we ate we went out to eat a lot. Almost, I think every day we went out for maybe 2 meals at least. And we ended up staying in San Juan the last 2 days. And that is very different than Jayuya. So that is very, it's very city-like. I mean, you're staying in the city, I guess. It's just different because I saw Jayuya first and then I went to San Juan. So,
So what do you think your favorite thing to eat in Puerto Rico was?
Mine is tostones. That's my favorite.
What is that? Something that sounds like something rolled up.
No, it's plantains, squished, fried. And Victor's is mofongo. And Arrow really liked Kraft mac and cheese.
And then you said though that his grandma made the best soup. That was one of your favorite things to eat too.
She's a great cook. I wanted his grandma to cook the whole time, or his mom, and Victor's like, no, I want to go out to eat. It's like when you go to Florida, you don't want to just buy groceries and cook in. You want to go out to eat. I'm like, yeah, I understand. And he loves the food over there. I just think it's the same food, but his mom and his grandmas are just a lot better than a restaurant. That's how I feel. But the first thing he did was he loves their Puerto Rican Chinese apparently. So we got that the first night, and then we got he likes his meat pies, right? Oh, he got meat pies for breakfast every day. And I said, if you bring me one of those deep fried, he would get me one filled with corn for me and cheese. I was like, give me one of those things again. I'm going to get so pissed at you. I said, I feel sick because I just felt I still felt car sick for a couple days. And I just don't wake up and want to eat like this thing that's deep fried, but it's funny. And I made myself an egg, and I made Arrow scrambled eggs every morning, even though he didn't eat them. This episode is brought to you by Glad Skin. So Glad Skin is a solution that supports healthy, balanced skin. It's a new category of skin blemish treatment that works differently than any plant-based or drug-based product you've had before, because Glad Skin is based on the nature of healthy skin. Inflammatory blemishes and acne-prone skin are caused by an imbalance in the skin microbiome. And so GladSkin developed a revolutionary protein called Microbalance to restore the natural balance of the good and bad bacteria that live on the skin. So GladSkin Blemish Gel works without harsh ingredients, and it's gentle from day one. GladSkin products have been helping people in Europe for years and are now available in the U.S. Plus, there's a 60-day guarantee. We use GladSkin for Arrow. For his belly button, he has a little bit of eczema there, and so we just put it on daily, and he's had such great results. It's honestly like his eczema is not there anymore, and I use the eczema, it's like a little pump bottle, and we love it for him. He has such sensitive skin, and it works for us, and it keeps everything at bay. So right now, GladSkin is offering our listeners 15% off plus free shipping on your first order at gladskin.com/Coco. That's gladskin.com/COCO for 15% off plus free shipping. Gladskin.com/Coco. Okay, so what else is interesting there is there's like chickens everywhere. Like I don't know who they belong to. And that's what I was trying to kind of figure out. And they said that they just roam and they go back home. I don't know if that's true.
They roam. They actually have owners, or they...
I don't know. They don't look like it. They really don't. So I went and bought chicken feed. But they... Yeah, I don't know. I saw a lot of cats. I saw tons of cats, like millions of cats, tons of chickens. And I saw even like a horse and a pony just... I don't know who they belong to.
Do you think that they just way back got lost from their owners all them years ago when they were in the...
I guess a lot of people, so Big Dad said that a lot of people, like they lost a lot of people recently living there, and so they just left all their animals, which is sad.
So then they just walk around?
Yeah, they just basically beg
So when you fed them, did they all come right around and... or were they scared?
No, they weren't scared. They weren't scared at all. So I think that it's interesting because in San Juan, they have this whole this whole building dedicated to taking care of the animals that are starving. And so this was a magic to me. We went and got our photo shoot, and I walk out and there's this old lady, like in her 70s or 80s, very vibrant. I'm like, oh man, this is like me if I was like 70 or 80, cans of cat food, just dropping them off. I swear to you, there is at least 800 cats. I'm not even kidding. And I go, Victor, can you tell her thank you? Like, that is so nice of her. Like, oh my gosh. And so then we saw another lady doing it with dry cat food. I'm like, man, these cats are taken care of, and they're all just relaxing and they're happy. And then we see this house, and like you can donate there. And so then that was super sweet. I didn't have my cash on me or anything, but then Victor donated. He's like, on your behalf, I'm going to donate $100, Nicole. I'm like, that's so sweet. Because that is like what means a lot to me. Victor knows that. So he gave them that. And anyways, they have this whole like volunteer thing where they focus on the animals that need food. But in Hayuya, that was complete. Like, there was not anybody feeding them. So I had Victor take me to get a bag of cat food, and I fed the cats. But he didn't even want me to tell his family because I think he was like, they think I'm kind of weird like that. Like, it's embarrassing, but I couldn't go on with my day, you know.
So they didn't know you fed them?
No.
They will if they listen to this.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, I mean, what's 2 days going to really do? But I don't know. So I think it's just different. And but Victor fed the pigeons. Yeah, then that was funny. But besides that, like, it was a little bit, just so different. I guess it's just like kind of living in the country, probably in Michigan. You come here, go to maybe my grandma and grandpa Franzel's for 4 days, and then you go to Detroit for 2 days. That's like, I think, the difference, how to explain it.
Yeah. There is a huge difference.
So whatever.
But anybody that comes up here from like even a big city like California or anything like that, which we'll find out soon because her
Courtney, my friend Courtney's coming.
Yes, and she's going to be coming up and staying, and she's never been. So I'm anxious to hear. And actually, I think that week we're going to have her on the podcast to see what she thinks of, you know.
Yeah. And and it's beautiful in Puerto Rico, and the water was crystal clear in all the rivers, which was really cool. I had the funnest time swimming in the Atlantic Ocean. It was so cool, but my mom saw Victor's dad. This is a funny story. So it is like, I guess I don't Google stuff, but it said it's an unsafe place to swim. So Victor's dad posts a picture. My mom naturally looks at the photo. Underneath the photo, Gretchen's mom, which is Victor's mom, so Victor's grandma, comments, "This is dangerous.
This is a dangerous place to be. Be careful." And then another person wrote,
"Be careful. May God be with you," or something. So then my mom gets
calls her immediately. Oh, I looked up because it said the location, everything. I found the exact picture online because the way the waves come in, and she just said on her story saying, "The wave carried me away, but I'm okay." Or she texted me that or something. And I got all my ducks in a row, and I was taking a picture of what his dad's picture, what the grandma said, what the other person said, what it said online about not swimming in there. And I was like, I was on that fast.
And then I was done swimming at that point, but I didn't even realize it was super dangerous because there's little kids out there.
I said, "Is there people out there?" You said, "Not really."
Not really. There's probably 8. That's not very much. And so I did get swept up one time, and the people were like, "Are you okay?" And I didn't go back in after that because I felt the salt water go up my nose. But it's just funny. My mom's always doing investigating. And she's like, "Do you promise me you're not going back in?" I said, "Yeah, I'm done." Because I was just worn out. It was 2 or 3 o'clock.
Well, and I mean, I was just, and then they were sitting up on, which that was probably okay. But even then I saw it lifting you up. They're sitting in the sand and letting the waves wash up on them. And Arrow was on Victor's lap, thank goodness. But I'm like, could you imagine if it grabs them?
There was a man in Michigan who just passed away because he got pulled in by the current or something, and that's just in a lake. So,
and then that's right by us.
Yeah. So I guess sometimes you feel like, oh no, I'm fine, but you never really know what the water's kind of capable of.
I made her completely promise. I know she's not going to lie to me but yeah, she's getting research facts just sent to her. She's probably like, "Geez, Mom."
I was like, oh my gosh.
Victor's grandma lives there, so for her to say that, I was like, okay. And then she goes, "Yeah, Victor's mom, Gretchen won't go in there." I'm like, "Oh yeah, because she's smart. She knows better." Jeepers, Nicole, does that not tell you anything? She's like, "But it was so fun."
It was really fun. You just felt like a mermaid.
Yeah. Well, I don't want you to be a mermaid and disappear into the sea. So.
Okay, what else can we talk about besides Puerto Rico? What else do you want to talk about?
Did you say everything you wanted to? I'm just trying to make
I don't know if I feel like I'm just kind of dragging on about it. But, I mean, I loved it, and we're going back every year. But, we're not going to go back in the summertime again because it was really, really warm. So I think we're going to go back in December, which won't be this December, but next December. So then make it December or January, whenever it kind of works with the schedule. That is better for the weather because we were really, 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 really hot. It's a different type of heat.
But I think she would have been so miserable here too, but at least she had her house and the air conditioning. But it was in the high 90s and stuff. It was one of the most miserable weeks of the summer here too. That's what I told her. I'm like, "Oh, you're lucky." She goes, "No, it's hotter here." But there isn't. You're used to air conditioning, and they just put them in the. You turn them on when you go to sleep right in the room. Yeah,
except for the hotel we got in San Juan had air, and then our Airbnb had air too, where we went in Acebo, I think it was called, or something like that. So once we got there, it was fine. But I just it's like when you're eating and you're kind of sweating type thing. Don't go in the summer if you're gonna go, is what I would say.
But it was as pretty as you thought it'd be, right?
Yes, it was really pretty and really fun. And it was a really good, me and Vic, I feel like him and I had a really good, it was good bonding for us, I felt like. So that was good for our relationship and everything because a lot of the time, he had to translate for me a lot and stuff. So, and then me and Arrow got awesome bonding time too. It was we got really attached. I got to take naps with him because there's nothing really else for me to do, right, besides watch my baby. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I know you guys want to know how I handled my first break from Arrow and like handled it, and I actually handled it well, like better than I thought. But I missed him like crazy, so I'm thinking, I got this week to myself. I'm gonna go do all this stuff and get all this stuff done, and I did not. I think for the first couple days I got kind of depressed. First I got worried when the first night happened, then I got depressed, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like I'm always with them. But then I actually went and did some stuff and had lunch with a friend, went to the fair and watched my niece's steer show and visited. Me and Dave did quite a few things, hanging out together, but I didn't get anything extravagant done like I thought I was going to get done cleaning wise. Or I'm like, I just actually took a couple naps, which I never, ever, ever get time for naps. So then when she got back, that was hard for me because it's like, okay, no more sleeping in until 8.
You got a nap today.
Yeah, but that's because I don't feel good. But I got naps. And it's Sunday, Nicole. I should get a nap on a Sunday if I want to.
You can get a nap whenever you want, but you do nap. Who the heck are you kidding? You nap every day.
I have not. Tell me when I nap. Oh, with Arrow sleeping on me, you mean?
I don't know. I feel like you nap
I do not
every day.
I do not nap every day. I mean,
Yeah, she does.
Arrow naps only on us. So if it's my turn to like sleep with them, I will close my eyes. But you cannot go to sleep with
okay, but a couple of things.
baby.
It's my mom. She does not charge her phone at night, which is really annoying. Which is kind of irrelevant at this point.
I don't know what this is coming from.
She does. She sits up. And she sits up, either plays Candy Crush or watches a movie until 1 a.m. And then she wonders why she's tired the next day with a dead phone.
I don't play. First of all,
she's like a teenager.
First of all, I do not play Candy Crush on my phone. I only play it on the iPad, and I only take the iPad up to bed like 2 times out of the 7 for a week so that I don't play it. When I'm watching TV, I fall asleep watching TV all the time. So I don't really watch it either because I can only see the TV with my glasses on and I take my glasses off. So I'm mostly just listening to the TV. I do look at my phone and a lot of the dinging, my phone dings a lot because we have a family. I won't put my phone on silence. That's the thing. And we have a family group.
Wait, nobody's dinging you at 10 o'clock at night. At 6 a.m, yeah, we are. We're all up, and you're still sleeping because you didn't go to bed till 1.
Yeah, they're dinging me at 6 a.m, all of them, and they're no, at nighttime it still dings.
And why don't you charge your phone at night?
I do.
No, you don't.
I start with it charged, and then I might get up. Then I get insomnia at like 2 o'clock. She's wrong. I do fall asleep by like 9:30, 10. And then about 1:30, 2 o'clock, I get insomnia. And then I'll grab my phone and it's not finished charging. And I'll stay on it till like 3:30. And then
that's so stupid.
I'll fall back asleep. And then that's when I just look at all the news articles or I actually right now at this time of the year, I read the Big Brother updates because of course, California hours are different than Michigan hours.
You program yourself to wake up at that time?
No, I hear beeps and stuff on the phone. My husband's got cameras that go off and I can hear them on the beep, 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 beep on the phone.
Well, then you need to shut those off. You need rested sleep.
And then when I wake up, I have to go to the bathroom. So I walk to the bathroom and then that totally wakes me up.
So what's going on? What's going on in the Twitter Big Brother world? Anything good?
Oh, yes. I didn't tell you there's a twist this week. There's going to be 10 people left after somebody leaves this week, whoever gets voted out. And the house guests do not know, and they're switching them. I think they didn't say where, but so maybe they're splitting 5 and 5. It doesn't say how. And I think 5 are going to be outside for the week, and 5's going to be inside. I don't know. They're somehow splitting the house in 2 for the week, and they're going to do 2 separate reigns so that so you don't awesome. And so who would you even know? What if you don't get
that's so scary.
Your alleys in there? They have no idea. So there's going to be a 5 and a 5, so 2 final 5s, and then they're going to knock one out and go down to 4 and 4 in each group.
Oh wow!
So there'll be 8 then. Then they'll. Throw
I like that so much better than double eviction. That is a million times better because you can actually play the damn game.
Yeah, then they're going to throw them all back. Probably together. I mean, this is just what I'm getting from it, but it was just.
I wonder how they're going to split the people up. There's going to be a lot of controversy because it has to be fair. Because let's say you have an alliance of 5 and you end up with 4 people that are not in your alliance.
I'm thinking it's going to be a competition to split them up. Maybe tonight on tonight's show it'll
And
tell a
you
little
don't
bit
want
more
to be
detail.
with, you don't want to be with just your alliance because someone will go home. So maybe they're going to split them up.
You want to be with at least 3 of your
yeah,
alliance
but not
so
your
that
whole
you can.
alliance because if you're on the bottom.
And I wonder if they're going to let, since they're doing it this way, if they're going to let the HOH who's head of household this week, if they're going to let them compete into it. Because I think that's really unfair, with the small numbers, and all of a sudden they can't compete either.
No, I don't think they'll do that.
You think she'll have to sit out still?
No,
so then
I think that she'll get to play.
Because otherwise it'd only be 4 people going for head of household in one group and 5 going for head of household in the other group.
Ooh, no, I think they will make her sit out now that I think about it. They've never not. Double evictions, they make you do that too.
So everybody's trying to figure out if they're this week, if just the one person goes home and then it's the next week that they do it, but I don't think they can send all 3 home because they acted like it's going to be fast forward. Like it ain't going to be a whole week. It's all going to happen in 24 hours. Like the veto, the HOH.
Oh, I don't like that then.
And the thing, but I don't know. I'm not
and
quite sure.
Of course it's going to be fast forward because how are they going to split up? That's going to change the game. That'll change the game drastically if you're split up for a whole week.
I don't know. Is that you lived in that house? Is it possible, besides using the outside, just in the inside, to split 2 groups up for a whole week, not without the kitchen and stuff?
Not for a whole week. There's only one bathroom.
Well, there's a bathroom in the HOH and their bathroom.
Yeah, they're not going to lock you up in 5 of you in the HOH room. That thing's tiny.
Yeah, so, I don't know what they're going to do.
It'll be 24 hours.
Unless they put
I hate 24 hours.
Unless they put tents or a camper outside and make them camp in the yard.
The thing is they got to set up competitions. That's interesting. I like it. I don't know. But yeah, no, you can't do that.
I know. And then, so I don't know. So that's basically just everybody guessing.
That will show you how good of a player you really are because that's never been done before. But it'll show you how good of a player you are because you don't have your alliance just
and I have 3 people. I have 3 people who I think will be totally safe through that. And I want to see if they actually are how good I am at guessing who can survive this chaos, just because they don't have
enemies.
A huge target. Well, they just don't have as huge a target like Michael. He's won all that stuff, so he'll be a target. Brittany, I think she could just be a casualty because she's attached to Michael. The ones, Monty, everybody wants to go after him because he's a big threat. Taylor should not be on the radar at all, but for some reason they all like to go after her. Then the 4 that on the outside of the other alliance, I think that they could be. So the only ones is Turner that I think wouldn't have anybody directly going after him. And let me think. I know who Turner.
I don't know them at all.
And then Kyle. I think Kyle will be safe just because he has his alliance, plus he has his girlfriend and Joseph. And Joseph is liked by everybody in the house. So yeah, so and they're all 3 boys. That's the only one. But I could be wrong. It'd be a good time to maybe take one of them out too. But it just depends on who the groups are. But my opinion is they don't have enough. People do talk about getting Kyle out sometimes, but I think he just depends on who his groups are. But Turner and Joseph, if they're not safe the whole time, I'd be surprised. And I'm hoping Taylor gets in a right group so that she's safe.
The thing is though, okay, so for a group, if this is true, the group of 5, one's a HOH, that only makes 4 people eligible. You put up 2, one person takes himself off the block. There's only one person that's going to be untouched in each group. That could be untouched. And even if the right person, if the 4th person wins, oh yeah, you could take
veto.
Everybody could, they could take them down, and you'd have to be forced to put up the one person.
Yeah, right? so only 2 would vote, and the HOH would have to break a tie.
So the HOH is old. This is the 1 week to win that damn HOH, and you can make a power move.
Yeah, that's and Michael will probably win in his group just because he wins everything. So that might pull his safety, there. But otherwise it'd be a smart time because he wins everything to get him out.
I hope he goes home. We'll just say that. So that sounds like a really cool twist.
So you might have to watch it.
Yeah, I actually might watch that.
But like I said, I don't know what days that's going to air, but that's the day of the start of it.
Yeah, I love watching real gameplay like that. That's not.
There has been quite a bit of real gameplay this.
I mean, there always is real gameplay. It's just kind of I mean, of course, as a viewer and as a player, you like two different things. You want everything to stay predictable if you're a player in the game because you got your game all lined up, say for weeks ahead. This would really throw a wrench. But as a viewer, you want things to get stirred up. So that's kind of what it is. This episode is brought to you by Coterie, which is the coolest diaper ever because it does so many amazing things. First off, being a parent, you don't want to have to question the ingredients and materials that are in your baby's products. And diapers are something that your baby's wearing every single day, multiple times a day. And so Coterie uses the best of the best. And that's one thing that as a mom, I feel really, really good about. And not only that, but Coterie is the highest performing diaper on the market with up to 2 times more liquid capacity and up to 4 times faster absorbency versus other brands. So this keeps your baby drier longer. And parents report fewer nighttime leaks and diaper changes, which this can lead to better sleep quality for your baby and for you. And less laundry, which is also always amazing. And they use the cleanest and safest ingredients. The pant is even proven to be free of nearly 200 potentially harmful and irritating ingredients. Amazing. So they're all in a class of their own. They have diapers and they have wipes, and they've been awarded the best diaper and wipes by the bumpandparents.com. Plus, their wipes are National Eczema Association approved, which is amazing. So right now, Coterie is partnering with Coco Caliente to offer you 20% off your first order, plus free shipping when you go to Coterie.com and enter promo code COCO. That's Coterie spelled COTERIE.com, promo code COCO for 20% off and free shipping. Promo code COCO, COCO. We have, so moving forward, we're going to stay consistent, right, Mom? Yes. We're going to stay consistent. So we're going to be recording on Sundays. We are going to Nashville next weekend, but we're recording before we go. Don't worry. We promise. And so we will record and get that out to you. And we're staying consistent. We're going to change up a little bit of like our talking points. So we'll start bringing up, not just like stuff in our lives, but things that you guys can get into discussion with too. So some more fun topics that me and my mom might have like different opinions on. We can kind of debate our sides or like what's going on in the world, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, that's about it. That's all the new stuff.
Yeah, and we had a whole lineup for today, but I told her we should talk about our trip I know everybody was anxious to hear about it, so we get that out of the way so that we can start with the topics next time. And I will keep track of how many naps I take this week because she is being sassy there. I really don't take naps, but yes, I did take them when she was gone.
I wish Dad was here right now and I'd ask him.
You should ask him.
Yes, I would ask him. He'd say every day.
No, he would not say every day.
Yes, he would. All right. Thank you guys for listening.
Okay, I guess my nap is from 9 o'clock at night till 1 a.m.
No, Mom.
Yes.
You take a nap. Yes,
no. Nicole is the queen of naps, so I don't know what she's talking.
I do now that Arrow takes naps. I do take naps with him.
Okay.
And I'm not afraid to admit, hey, at least I will admit it.
I admitted I took them while you were gone because I did.
For as long as I've known you, which has been my whole life, you nap every day.
I do. Oh my gosh. Now I really have to keep track because I do not nap. I want to nap. I literally want to nap and I do not nap.
All right. See you guys later.
Yep. Bye-bye.